Hey there, creative friends. This is Rebecca. Hey, and there's just so many cool things going on that I've noticed here lately this week, and so I wanted to bring you another maker to maker moment. And so I've got 3 new lasers that are coming out in the near future that I want to show you, and then also a really neat fire safety device for any type of laser that's in an enclosed system. And then I love watching all the reports that come out of the Consumer Electronics Show out of Las Vegas. So I've got 3 of the things that I thought were really kind of cool. So just interested to see what you thought was neat from CES. But let's go in and just start with these lasers. I have been following company called Laser Pecker. Is a funny name for a laser. Not exactly my favorite, I guess, but they have had several iterations of lasers, and so now finally they're up to Laser Pecker 4, and this looks like one that I would actually be interested in. And so it's kind of they've got a neat demo here. I'm not sure when this is coming out or will be available to the public. There are some demo videos out online already for it, but it's kind of an interesting setup in that it's both the blue light and red light laser, so that way you can engrave on different materials. Not a whole lot of cutting per se. It probably would cut through some thinner things, but definitely interesting for engraving. And one neat thing about it here is they have this platform which moves, so that way you can have a here I think they're demoing it. Oh, sorry about that. They're demoing this platform to where you can have a larger engraving surface because the platform moves as it's engraving. So even though it's a very small, compact device, it allows you to have a larger engraving area because the platform will move. So it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure the price on this, but maybe worth looking into. All right, and then I own an older version of a Neige laser, and I have loved it, and it turns out they are still out here. They've been making these lasers for 10 years now, and they have a new one coming out, and this is going to be more for woodworking. It will allow you to carve and engrave on wood, and their prices are always excellent, and they have got some demo videos as well, and it's very impressive looking. And so they have a demo, I'll let you go out and look for it, where they cut through a 16 millimeter pine board just like butter. So that looks really promising. And then the third laser, keep your eyes open and definitely go check out their demo. They're going to be doing 1 and 2 nights. So the X-Tool company, they've been so inventive. Again, they're kind of the new kids on the block. Well, as far as lasers go, Make-Block's been around for a long time. But now that they're in the laser game, they have been inventing left and right. And so they have a diode laser. This will, in fact, be the first that hits 40 watts for a diode laser. So definitely something to watch the demo for. So just keep in mind, January 11th, they're going to have this YouTube live. They've been doing lives now for quite a while, mostly on Wednesday nights. Lots of videos out on their YouTube channel. But they do give away lots of items during their lives. So it's worth tuning in for if you can catch it live. But anyway, I will be very interested in when this is going to be available and the prices and so forth. I do own an X-Tool CO2 laser, the Laser Box Rotary. And just so you know, it has been discontinued. However, later this year, they're supposed to be coming out with a brand new CO2 laser. But if you want one of the older models, they're doing some really deep discounts on these. So if you're interested in the CO2 lasers, maybe worth checking out. But I'm definitely interested in what they're going to come out with this year for the CO2 line. All right, and then so that's three interesting lasers plus one that's being retired. And then X-Tool also, quite a while back, they unveiled this fire safety device, which if you haven't seen the demo whenever they did it live, it's worth watching. It was a great demo because they started several fires on purpose so that they could show you how this device worked. So if you have any kind of enclosed laser system, whether it's diode or CO2, definitely fire safety is very much an issue. There have been many people burned down garages and parts of their houses and things with fires from their workshop. So always be careful with a laser system. But if you do have an enclosed system, this device can help. So they had a really neat demo, and they showed you how it works and all the great details of it. But the nice thing about it is this will work with any brand of laser that you might have. So definitely worth looking at. All right, so three new lasers, a retired laser, a fire safety device, and then I would just be curious to see what you thought of CES show. I'm so glad they're getting to have it in person again, and that would be so cool to someday get to go visit Las Vegas and walk through this show in person. But I love watching all the reports that come out. And so they've just finished up this year's version of the Consumer Electronics Show. And I think my all-time favorite was this BMW. It's just, it was very, very neat. And so, of course, it has e-ink on it. And so you can change the color of your car. Just lots of features. And so as he walked around, the different things that can show up on the windows, both outside and inside. The whole front grille could be changed. You can customize the way you want the front of your car to look, which is really cute. There may be other colors later. This is totally a concept car, but it's just really cool to see some of the interactions that you can have with vehicles. And of course it will talk to you, and you can talk back to it, and hands-free, electric, all that great stuff. But just a really cool little demo here. And this was Engadget that did their report of it, which was a really neat segment here that you can go look up. All right, so the BMW was very cool. I also thought this was neat. A company that is creating plants. Most of them are very small plants that will help us purify our indoor air. Of course, we know plants are very powerful for that, but they have customized the plant to make it super powerful. I think it's like the ability of, like, if you were to have 30 plants, you can have this one tiny plant in a room that will help purify our air. So very, very neat. The power of living plants. All right, and then last but not least, this was not a newcomer to CES, but definitely still worth checking out. Looks like they have had several versions of this, but I just thought this was so clever. So it's a smart home interaction panel, and so you can have this just be a wood board, or as you go in and tap on it, it becomes interactive, and so you can control different smart home devices. You can draw on it. You can have this timer setting on it, and so they've just gotten very inventive with it this year. And of course everything is supporting Matter now. Well, the things that need to are supporting Matter for smart homes. That's going to be definitely a key thing to look for whenever you buy these smart home devices, is that if they support Matter. But this MUI Lab company is just making this really neat device that's, it's definitely techie, and it's definitely serves a purpose, but it's also, looks good in your home, and it's not so obtrusive, and you can have it in bedrooms and kids' bedrooms, things like that. In fact, there's another company that's taking the technology and building it into their headboards, the bedroom headboards. So really neat idea. All right. So with that, I would just be interested in what you thought were your highlights from the CES show. But thanks so much for watching, and then again, if you see any other new cool lasers out there to let us know about, you can leave those comments down below. Thanks.